Hey guys, welcome back to our next project, which is going to be our first ever 3D project. We're going to be breaking in our new Elegoo Neptune 2 printer, and we need to go with something cool, but something basic. We don't want to go over the top, and in other words, we don't want to jump in a deep end right away. So I skimmed around, and I found this. It's a little baby Groot. I thought he was pretty cool. I thought that'd be neat. So I found this on Thingiverse by Byamba is the person. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I do apologize. But I'll put the link down below, down here, so you guys can check it out if you're so inclined. It is a popular print. I've seen it a lot online, so it is what it is. But it's gonna be my first, and I'm looking forward to it. And also, my daughter really wants this, so got to make her happy too. So I thought it'd be a cool project I can give to her. So this is a neat project though, because it comes, when you download this, it comes with two different versions. You get this version here of Groot sitting flat with both hands on the ground, and then you got this version here with Groot sitting on the ground still, but with his arm raised, waving hi to you. It's just, for free, you get two models in one. This version is one big piece, so it's, everything is one piece. You don't have to glue anything together. If you were to do this version here, for some reason, and I don't know why, don't care, it is what it is. It's not bad, but it comes in two parts. You got the body, and then you got the head. For some reason, they made the head separate in this one. Again, cool. It's just, kind of neat. So we're going to download this, we're going to unzip it, we're going to put it into our slicer, and we're going to get cracking. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and what you're looking at here is our STL file once it was unzipped, and I downloaded it into the Cura software, the slicing software that comes with our printer. Still learning it. There's lots and lots of settings that are in this thing that you could do. As you can see all here, there's a whole action bar, I guess you can call it, and it's got all kinds of settings and measurements and stuff like that, which I have no freaking idea how to play with yet. But the neat thing is you highlight over different ones. It does give you information on what they mean and what they do, so that's kind of cool. Yet still kind of confusing to the newbie like me. But we're not going to adjust any of this. We're just going to leave it the way it is, the way it was intended by the creator. We've put Groot in here. The one thing I'm not going to do is, usually when you see stuff like his arm, his chin and everything, you'd put supports in to hold them up. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go supportless on this and see what happens. We're doing an infill of, I believe, 10%, and what that means, infill, is what's inside of it. The outside, as you know, or as you could guess, would be called the shell, but inside you can either make it hollow, or you can infill it with something, or you can make it solid. Of course, if you make it hollow, you stand a chance of it not being very solid. If you make it hollow, it won't be solid. Duh. What a tool. What I mean is, if you make it hollow, you'll save a lot of your filament, but it might not be structurally sound. It could collapse on itself. It might not be able to bear its own weight as it's being produced or printed. So, you want to have something inside. And of course, if you go solid, well, solid's cool if you want to. It's going to take a hell of a lot longer, and it's going to cost you a lot in filament. You don't need to do that, so you can back it off and adjust it a little bit. In this case, I'm using 10% fill on the inside, and it's going to be in a grid-like pattern. You can actually change, and I don't know what the different ones mean, like how they save you or anything, but there's different ones you can use: lines, triangles, grid, cubes, all kinds of different versions of infill that you can use, yet to be figured out by me. But for now, again, we're just leaving it at its standard settings. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. But there's our little Groot. He's looking cute. He can smile like at you from the top. This is where he's going to sit on the plate. We can adjust this position too. If I do this, I can actually move him about on the plate but we're just going to leave it where it is. And they can take a look at different angles. Now, the one thing I noticed somebody might ask, and I don't know how to answer this, maybe somebody can answer in the comments below. You can see these red areas down here, okay? From what I understand, I think it's parts where the printer can't read it for some reason, is my understanding. What that means, I don't know. How do you fix that? I don't know. We'll figure it out together. We're going to see what happens when we print it, but, you know, that's basically what that is. But these are just the different views. Now there's a way that people do, I see people take this, they hold it and they're able to move this cube around all over, and they're able to twist it and turn it and get all kinds of views. I haven't been able to figure out how to do that yet, so maybe again somebody can put that in the comments on how to do that. Again, we're using the Cura software. Maybe it's an add-on or something I don't have, but it won't let me move it. It's kind of sad. But the other cool thing, if I wanted to, I'm just leaving him stock, but if I wanted to, I could click on him. And over here on the side, this second option, I can click on that, and I can increase him. Like right now, he's at 100%, right? If I take this and I make it 200, just for shits and grins, boom! Look at the size how he gets. And that would make him a little bit too big for my build plate. But I'm just showing you that you can do it. So let's go to 150 for shits and grins, and look, we get him even bigger. And of course, you can do the math of 232.5 millimeters, convert it, and that's going to put him around probably around 10 inches or so, 10, 11 inches. But we're just going to keep him where he is for right now. Again, this is just our first print we're just going to mess with. There are guys, like I said, you could do 3D print Baby Groot, and you'll find lots of videos out there of guys that know what they're doing. Again, this 3D printing virgin doesn't know squat yet, and I'm just learning. So anyway, so we got him here. Then we hit this button over here, this blue button over here, and we're going to hit slice. And what that does is it goes through the program, does its thing, it's processing it, and it's doing its calculations based on the settings that are here along the side. And what it's going to end up doing is it's going to give us a file that we would move to our flash drive and put in our printer. And then be able to, then that file is read by the printer and then creates our figure. It's kind of neat. So as it slices, it gives us different information. Let's wait for it to go through. So we would save this to a file. Again, we would save it to our jump drive, which we would put in our printer. But as you can see right here, you might be able to see, but what this is telling us down here is this is going to take 11 hours and 9 minutes to print. It's going to use 79 grams of filament, and so forth like that. So we can also do a preview, which is kind of neat. So now we got this preview, and here's a neat thing too. This is generated, this preview, and it tells us that for our printers, you know, as an FTL printer goes, it goes and it squirts down a line and it lifts up and squirts down another line and goes up, and that back and forth until it comes up with our layers and layers and layers until it comes up with our figure. This layer is going to be 1,032 layers, okay? And if we wanted to, we can actually take the slide bar here and we can slide it down, and look at that. We can actually see what's on the inside of our Groot. Isn't that cool? With the different view features, you'd be able to see inside a little bit more and you can understand it better, but that's pretty neat. So that's kind of cool. So let's go and print this sucker. We'll be right back. Okay guys, we're back, and sorry about that, but I have lost some footage to this build, but I just wanted to give a quick recap where we are. This is our Groot hot off the press. He's in a blue filament that I found. I forget the name of the filament, but it came in blue. I decided to get blue. You can get all different colors, for those that don't know. Again, I'm speaking not to the printers, the guys out there that have been doing this for years. I'm talking mostly to my guys who listen to my channel that know nothing about printing or just getting into it or want to get into it. That's why I'm making it so simple, which is good because I'm really simple too. But anyway, filament comes in different colors and all different types. Even the makeup is different in different cases. But this one is a blue filament. I got this because just for this reason, as you can see here, looking at this, you can see him and you could see the details without painting it. Whereas if you get like a white filament, and I was to try to show you with pictures or video, it makes it hard to see. You can't see it. Same with black. The different filaments I've seen people use, yellows, stuff like that, they print and they, hey, look what I made. And you can't see the detail in it, because I noticed a lot of these 3D printer guys, they make these videos and they show what they made, but they don't ever finish them off to a paint job or anything like that. So it just shows you and it's difficult to see. So I got this blue with the hopes of being able to actually see it without painting it, or before you paint it. So that's how he looks. You can look up close, you can see the detail in him. It really is some cool detail. I'm really impressed. Of course, he still needs some sanding, some cleanup and stuff like that, but this is just the start. You can see his face here. You can, if you look close enough, you can see the layer lines which go this way. And I would think in a lot of print jobs you'd want to sand and fill those until they're not there. But because Groot's wood, I decided I'm going to leave it. I mean, I might hit some spots of it, but for the most part, I'm going to leave it. But you can actually see the layer lines going this way as part of the print, as opposed to the ones that came from the print job, if that makes sense, right? This is meant to be that way, those lines of, you know, the bark and everything, but the ones across you really shouldn't see. But again, adds texture, adds dimension to the character. So that's what it looks like up close. Another side view. Excuse me. You can really see the layer lines this way. Excuse me. It's asthma. You can't catch asthma, don't worry. You can see in his hands, he needs to be cleaned up. And again, there was no supports in it, so this is really kind of cool. I'm impressed that it actually did this. And I think I was able to print this because of the angle, as opposed to if it was a horizontal line, you wouldn't be able to print out in space without anything to support it. So, blah, blah, blah. That is that. So, now let's get on to painting.